What is SEO? It's the process of optimizing your website to rank high on search engine result page and help you attract organic traffic. Why does SEO matter? Well, people go to Google to search for different things based upon their needs, based upon their concerns, their worries, or even maybe their expectations. And organic traffic is consistent, is long-term, is cost-effective compared to paid ads, right? So you're not paying when you come up on those search results, you pay nothing. Where SEO applies, websites, blogs, landing pages, YouTube, and even more recently, the social media account, they all come up on search engine results. Types: technical, on-page, and off-page SEO. Example: a blog optimized for, say, best schools in Lagos is going to rank on Google and bring regular traffic when somebody goes to search for that keyword. Key takeaway: SEO helps you or helps your content get discovered, helps your business get discovered without relying entirely on paid ads. So how does search engine work? Well, let's talk about crawlers. So every time you go to Google, for instance, and type a word saying how to become a digital marketer, the crawlers take that search query and then crawl the entire World Wide Web in search of contents, write-up, blog posts that have to do with that particular search query. In other words, it's trying to answer your question. So crawlers go around doing that. And then we have indexing. Now, when that is done, pages are sorted out based off on criteria like authoritativeness or authority, expertise, and then it ranks, right? The pages are stored in search engine database, picks them out, and then rank them, the results, based off on those quality or those requirements, right? The expertise, relevance to the search, and so on. Now, what are the importance of keywords? Search engine match contents to the user search query. In other words, provide results based off of what the user searches for. So you won't go out and search for shoes near me and then maybe you then find crocodile near me. That won't happen. What is EEAT? It stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. These are the criteria that the platform uses in ranking your content. In other words, when you have, say, 1,000 people who have written something about best shoemaker in Lagos, it has to now make a decision: who comes first, who comes second, who comes third, who comes fourth, and so on and so forth. And these decisions are based off on EEAT, which means which one has more experience, which platform has more expertise, which one has more authority, and which one has more trust. Example: Google crawling your website after you publish a blog, then indexing it within hours. So you write a blog, Google goes through it and then indexes it into its database. Key takeaway: search engine reward websites that are fast, relevant, and user-friendly. Now let's talk about technical SEO, right? Remember we said we have 3 of them: have technical, on-page, and then off-page. Technical SEO, the basic has to do with the website speed. So how fast is your website, right? Fast sites rank better and reduce the bounce rates. They rank better than slower ones. So you need to improve your website speed, and then your website has to be mobile friendly. Google prioritize mobile responsive websites to others because most people these days do a lot on their mobile devices, and a lot of search happen on mobile devices than on PC or your laptop. You have to also use a secure connection, HTTPS, because whenever you use those that are unsecured, the platform buzzes or notifies the user to say this is an unsecure platform and might not send users there. So builds your trust, helps you build trust and improve your ranking as well. Then we have sitemap submission. This helps Google index your site faster, so you have to do it. Example, using Google Page Speed Insight to identify your slow loading pages. In other words, once you go to Google and type Google Page Speed Insights, you could opens up a platform where you can input your website URL and then find out what's wrong with your website, as it gives you a full breakdown, and you can either discuss with the developer to effect the changes so that your website can rank better. Technical SEO ensures your content is accessible and user-friendly. Technical SEO in general speaks to the technicalities of your website and how you can improve it so that Google or the search engine can see it as a good platform. Now let's talk keyword research. This is one of the major foundations of on-page and off-page SEO. Keyword research speaks to you doing research to discover major words that your searchers are looking for, phrases that your searchers are using in their search, or particular topics that are popular around your audience base. Why keywords are the words or phrases people type in search engines, in other words, the search queries. So when we do the research, we do it to find these keywords. Types of keywords: we have the short tail keywords, which are broad, and then we have a long tail keywords, which are more specific. We also have the buyer intent keywords, which speaks to what level of buying the buyer has got into. Is he just being interested? Is he just being aware? Is he doing research to get more clarity? Or is he about to make a purchase? Example of a short tail keyword is study abroad. And then a long tail keyword is affordable universities in Finland for Nigerians. While an example of a buyer intent keyword would be where to purchase key holders in Lagos. Key takeaway: proper keyword research leads to content that ranks and converts. Now, what are some of the keyword research tools we can use? Ubersuggest is great for beginners, provides suggestions and SEO difficulty. Ahrefs also helps with professional tools and then deep data on keywords, helping you find out keywords with good search volume and also the keyword ranking or keyword difficulty score, so that you can then decide. Answer the Public shows common questions people search for, right? So that you can then create either blog posts or create content to answer these questions that people already are searching for. Then Answer Socrates helps you turn a single topic into search idea. So you input your topic on answersocrates.com, and then it gives you different forms of content. You can either make into a blog post, or you could develop as questions where you then answer and improve your expertise. Example will be using Ubersuggest to find that study visa requirements in Finland gets more monthly search. In other words, when you do your keyword research, you're trying to look for or discover search volumes and then keyword difficulty, and then moderately begin to look for keywords that have good search volume, maybe not the highest, but good search volume, and then low SEO difficulty or search difficulty. Takeaway: these tools give direction. Can always check for search volume, difficulty, and then user intent. There's also a way you can do this keyword research using AI tools. For this, we'll be using perplexity.ai. So the first thing you can do is to help you find main keywords, identify main keywords. And the prompt that I used here, it says, provide a comprehensive list of the top main keywords related to, in this case, we can say digital marketing, and include terms that are highly relevant and frequently searched by users interested in this topic. And then you put the country in Nigeria, because it has to be context to it. So for each keyword, include the search volume. So tell me what the search volume is, and then tell me what the keyword difficulty is. In other words, tell me how difficult it is to rank for this keyword, so that I can now look for the ones that have, say, low difficulty and good search volume, meaning people are searching for this, and it's also not so hard to rank for, right? A short explanation will be this helps you identify the strongest foundational keywords that define your topic. So it gives you options of the main keywords and then gives you all of those other details I've said. That's the search volume and the keyword difficulty. Example, topic, study in Finland. Keyword can be Finland, study visa, Finland, universities for Nigerians, and then you can then begin to create other things from here, which will go to prompt 2. When we go to prompt 2, you understand that. But the key takeaway here is that you can start with high volume keywords to understand your core demand. So you start with content of keywords that have high volume or good volumes and then low keyword difficulty. Prompt 2, you can get long tail keywords, and here this is the prompt I suggest. Now, list detailed long tail keywords related to, and from your main keyword outputs, that's the first prompt. You can extract one of the keyword, right? One of them. By that, you've seen the difficulty and the search volume, and you've chosen one. You can then bring that here and insert it, right? Where we now say to the first, then you input the keyword. So let's say in this case, social media marketing costs in Lagos, right? Or social media marketing costs. This should be specific phrase users are most likely to search for when looking for information on this topic. So an explanation here is that long tail keywords are easier to rank for. That's why we are doing this. And they show clear user intent. So somebody who is searching for a course means the person is now interested in social media marketing and wants to take a course. Example will be Finland study visa requirements for Nigerians in 2024, meaning this person is now interested and wants to take action, right? Key takeaway here, long tail keywords drive targeted traffic and better conversions. Now, the third prompt is we having to get NLP keyword. What are NLP keywords? They are natural language expressions, right? So identify natural NLP optimized keywords and phrases related to, then you bring up your main keyword again, right? So our main keyword is social media marketing, right? So social media marketing comes here. Focus on natural language expressions and semantic variations that users commonly use in conversational queries, right? So we want to, the output should include or be phrased in ways that includes semantics and what people will naturally search for. So NLP keywords help Google understand context, not just the exact phrase. Example will be how to apply study in Finland, right? Or cost of schooling in Finland for Nigerians. Key takeaway here is that NLP ensures your content ranks for real-world conversational search patterns. Now, let's talk about the fourth prompt. Here, we want to extract frequently asked questions. What are people asking about on this subject matter so that we can answer whenever they come to search, right? So, what are the most frequent asked questions about? And when we say the keyword again, provide a list of common questions users ask about this topic. So this will then help us get frequently asked questions, and frequently asked questions help you rank for featured snippets, right? Especially in Google answer box. Example, is Finland expensive for international students or Nigerian students, right? These are frequently asked questions. You can answer it either as a blog post or as a write-up on your website. Answering frequently asked questions improves visibility and builds authority, right? When everybody is always coming to you for solution, the authority begins to grow. And then the fifth prompt. Here we are trying to extract semantic keywords, meaning words that are surrounding that particular main keyword. For instance, you can't talk, whenever you're talking about loan, talk about ROI, you talk about return dates, you talk about default, and all of those other terminologies around it. So provide semantic keywords and related terms for them inside the keywords. This includes synonyms, connected concepts, and contextual relevant phrases that enrich the topic's depth. This is why we are doing this. Is semantic keywords help search engines understand broader meaning, right? And then bring or pull up your content whenever somebody comes for this broader search on this subject matter. Example, Finland education system, EU study opportunities, Nordic universities. Key takeaway here is that semantic keywords create context, richer content, and boost overall ranking strength.